my life, the way I look at it is, I treat everyone with respect. Everyone's human. We're all here. We're all here. We're all going through this journey together. You could be wearing a yellow T-shirt, and I feel like wearing a black T-shirt. Like, we're all different, right? If we look at our hands, the lines are all different, right? Everyone, the lines are different. So I have no qualms for that, and I respect everyone. And, maybe I should tell this more to the straight community. Maybe try talking to them. If you do talk to them, you find that they are very colorful, they are very funny, they are very smart, very smart. Remember the story, the guy had to write me. They're very smart, they're vibrant, They're actually a very fun bunch of people.
Welcome to the very first ever episode of Queeroddity Chats.
Okay.
Right? Just for context for the viewers, I've actually started this channel like a year ago to speak and to share about queer conversations and matters in Singapore. And I took a break because I think life happened. So a lot of life stuff happened. But I'm reviving it back again. And today I have the pleasure and the honor of having my first guest right here.
Thank you, boss.
Yes. And instead of me introducing him, I would like him to introduce himself because he speaks very well about himself. So Mo, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Mo. Bas, thank you again for inviting me. I'm very honored. And congratulations.
Thank you.
With you and Sam.
Sam, thank you. Thank you.
So hi, I'm Mo. I'm a straight man, married, and I'm also here to speak about my product later on. And I'm very interested in the conversations that we're going to have today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Mo. In fact, you are the first person that I thought of to, in fact, even grace this conversation, this series of conversations that I hope to have. One of the reasons why I decided to start this conversation is because there are many, especially for viewers out there, they might be wondering, oh, it's another podcast, right? And also, if you know me personally, I have started a few podcasts before, but obviously it took a shelf. I had to shelve it. But this is something very personal to me because I feel like conversations are very important. But on the realm of internet now, there are a lot of conversations just amongst queer people, but I think the best people to talk to will be actual straight people, right? To understand to understand your knowledge of the LGBTQ concerns in Singapore, and even your own personal experience, right? So on that note, thank you very much for saying yes to this.
Thank you, Bas. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so first of all, would you like to tell the audience the very first experience you had meeting me for the first time? Because that was quite the story to share. Because I've got my version of the story, but I would like you to share your version.
Okay, so that is a funny one. So I joined, me and my wife, we joined this Ripple class. It's an aquatic workout in the pool. And you were the coach that day, and it was our first class. And I was like, you giving me some kind of looks, like I was like, oh, am I like targeted, or am I doing something wrong? And then me being as friendly as, people who knows me, I'm very friendly and chatty. But that day in the class, I was like a bit awkward. It feels like I was back in the military again, like getting zoomed in, right? Zeroed in. So, and after the class, you said, do you have Facebook? Were you messaging me on Facebook? I was like, what? What the hell is that? Am I allowed to curse?
Yes, sure, I will bleep it out.
So I was like, oh, no, I don't. He's like, okay. I said, oh, what's the story? He said, I have this stalker that's been in Malaysia
Yeah.
or, you know, been stalking me and he has the same name as you.
Yeah.
I said, no, man, I'm happily married. And no. There are probably one too many
Yeah.
Mohans.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing. It was the most epic introduction to our friendship, and even till today when we talk about it, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Mo is right. So yes. So it happened right after my short film that I did with Dear Straight People. So I acted in a short film with DSP, and ever since the movie came out, there was a surge of followers, and there were a lot of messages that I've been receiving.
Yeah.
And one particular person was called Mohan, and he's from Malaysia, and he deliberately was texting me non-stop, and he was also calling me as well, you know, on
Wow.
Instagram. Yeah, so
Okay.
he was Insta calling me.
Okay.
And he was sending me. He was sending me. He was sending me a lot of messages in the wee hour of the night. So and then when I saw you and I saw your name, and I thought, okay, could this be the person?
No fucking way. Okay.
So I sincerely apologize.
No worries, man.
Because I have never experienced that level of I won't call it a harassment, but I've never experienced that level of disturbance before, and it was triggering a little bit for me. Yeah. So, but thank you for clarifying that you're not, and that he is straight, and he was there with his wife as well. I'm not sure. I think Jess was.
Yeah,
there as
Jess
well.
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so that's my version of the story.
Yeah.
And I think what came out of that was this wonderful friendship that we both had.
Yes.
And from that friendship, I also discovered quite a lot from you. And in fact, through that friendship, I tell people this: you became a brother that I never had.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, an elder brother that I never had.
Yeah,
Because
thank you.
both of our life stories are almost
Similar. Yeah.
Pretty similar. In terms of our growth, we were also both in the service, military before, and
You did 10 years, right?
10 years, yes.
Same. Yeah.
So, and we just connected from there. So I want to thank you for your admiration, your guidance, your.
Oh, I want to thank you for
well-wishing.
everything else. Your positiveness always, bringing good vibes even in everybody's darkest days.
Thank
Your energy is amazing, Bas.
Thank you.
A lot of people in the class shares the same message as well. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Before I dive into some of the conversations that I wish to have with you, talk about your company. What do you do?
Okay,
And what
so
is-
I used to. Well, this is my new thing
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So after COVID,
guess
me
we
and my friend
Yeah.
we decided to travel Asia.
Yeah.
Joel. Well, my partner now is Keith.
Yep.
So we've been working hard to get this product up and going. So this is both products are volcanic soil grown. So this is fried shallots. It comes from the region of Surabaya, and then it's a drive up to Propolinggo.
Okay.
It's there's a very famous volcano there,
Yep.
which is Mount Bromo. So this is these shallots are very nutritious, very tasty, and we decided to cook it with coconut oil instead of palm oil. And it's non-GMOs, gluten-free, and at the same time, just to go off track a little bit
Yeah,
more,
sure.
we are supporting the community. Like
Yeah.
we are the first Singaporean ever traveled to this village, to this farm, to talk to the farmers and their wives, because this is all proudly made by only women.
Indonesian women.
Yeah,
Wow.
they are, so the husband works in the farm, and the wives are they do this.
They prepare
this,
at the back.
and and at the same time we are giving back to the community and also to the orphanage kids
Wow.
there. Yes, and so yeah, it's probably made by all women. And the story I wanted to share was, I feel like I was Dennis Rodman or Michael Jordan, me and my friend, because all of them was touching us. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They were touching us. They were taking photos with us, They were even impressed with our Singlish.
Okay.
And me and my friend was talking in Singlish. So yeah, it was a very fun trip, and it means a lot to give back to the community.
Amazing.
Yeah, and we are also supplying it to some of the hotels.
Okay.
Big hotels in Singapore, and we are also found in the retail shops.
Where can
in
we find
Singapore.
this?
So this is in cold storage, and this one will be in NTUC and cold storage soon.
So you mentioned the fried shallot, and the other one is
The other one is the tempeh chips.
tempeh chips. Yes.
And the tempeh chips is actually my own ingredient.
Wow.
I've added like tapioca flour, coconut oil, candle nut, garlic, coriander, lime leaf, curry leaves, and salt.
Amazing.
So it's pretty tasty and
Amazing.
yeah,
Great.
it
And
is.
I think we will leave a link in the. We will leave a link in the video so that if you guys want to purchase this,
Yeah, thank you.
Can they buy this online?
Yes, you can purchase this online.
Okay.
Your link is somewhere here.
Right there, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
everyone's moving into the whole healthy eating,
Yep.
and based on what you mentioned,
Yep.
with the ingredients, and also it's not just that, it's the give back
Yes,
that you
yes.
do with the community, which is amazing.
Yeah,
So
yes.
wish you all the best for that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. Let's dive into why I have you here.
Okay.
So, so as my first guest
Yep.
on the show, and you mentioned that you identify yourself as a heterosexual male, right? You're a straight man, and I would like to ask you, how old are you? Would you like to?
A lot of people say I look 32, but I'm actually 48 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
You do look 32.
Oh, but I'll get him some more packets.
So,
Yeah.
so you've lived quite a while.
Yes,
obviously.
yes,
What has your exposure of LGBTQ people or even LGBTQ culture has been like in Singapore for you?
Well, I'll share a story.
Sure.
When I was in the military, there was a situation where I was on duty, where someone under my watch was bullying someone who was from the LGBTQ community. But at that time, there's no LGBTQ plus.
Not openly.
I have not even heard of that.
Okay.
The letters was not known, and there was little education or empathy for these folks. So I pulled both parties together and talk about the importance of being as a team, and being united as a team, and not judging what people do in their private lives, right? So, but I remember by stepping in and helping this victim who got bullied, I do remember after a few months later, I was up for promotion in the military, and back in the day, written English my written English wasn't the best, and this is before the days of spell check and AI.
Yes.
And I spoke with him to get some support.
Okay.
He didn't even flinch in helping me.
Wow.
I owe a lot to him because of his wonderful skills of writing very good English. I managed to get that promotion.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's a true story.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Are you still friends with this person?
No,
Or you
see,
guys-
that's the thing. You thought I was on Facebook, I wasn't. So, so, yeah, no,
Right.
no, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so apart from this story that you shared, was there any other experiences growing up, like from young or in school, or that you have, or like just generally, you exposing to understanding that there are queer people or LGBTQ people in Singapore?
To be honest, until I met you, I was learning more about what is LGBTQ.
Okay.
Right? And and there's a plus now, right? There's plus.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I always know what L and G was, and then and B and T and Q I had to like really ask and learn.
Okay.
But I can't really recall.
Okay.
But I've traveled a lot for my work.
Yeah.
And I've seen I've seen a lot of things.
Okay.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. I've seen in different countries, there are different kind of settings,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So I think no, not what I can think of from that military experience that I stepped in, but yeah, no, not
Okay.
really. Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess this will lead to my next question
Yep.
because, like I said, you have been such a brotherly figure to me,
Yep.
right? So, and also from the angle of you realizing that I am a gay person, right? When you first realized that, oh, Bas is actually gay, right? Did that actually bother you in any way?
It actually didn't bother me. Actually, I have not been bothered in any
Okay.
any sorts,
And why is that?
because for me, right, I would say I'm very open-minded.
Okay.
I look at things in a different way.
Yep.
If someone says, hey, so and so is like this, then I will always question myself first.
Okay.
Why is so and so like this?
Wow.
Instead of just going with the flow. Like
Right.
I always look it in another lens.
Yeah.
So if someone say, okay, Bas, you're gay, I'm not gonna talk to you. But I look it in another lens. It's like, but you're also, you have a mom and a dad. Or you have a parent or you have a partner that's waiting for you at home to have dinner.
Wow.
With you, like,
Wow.
and you're in the same settings, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I have no problem. I always look it in a very positive lens, and my life, the way I look at it is, I treat everyone with respect. Everyone's human. We're all here. We're all here. We're all going through this journey together. You could be wearing a yellow T-shirt, and I feel like wearing a black T-shirt. Like, we're all different,
Yeah.
right? If we look at our hands, the lines are all different,
Yeah.
right? Everyone, the lines are different. So I have no qualms for that, and I respect everyone. And maybe I should tell this more to the straight community. Maybe try talking to them. If you do talk to them, you find that they are very colorful, they are very funny, they are very smart, very smart. Remember the story, the guy had to write me.
Yeah.
They're very smart, they're vibrant, They're actually a very fun bunch of people. I've even have friends, and no name mentioned, don't worry, who are baristas, She works in this place where me and my wife go for coffee most of the time. It's just looking at her Instagram, just following her journey. She found a new partner. She's so happy.
Wow.
I met her at events.
Wow.
She's doing very well. So I think it's about happiness.
Wow.
So yeah, I got no problem if you're gay or you're not gay, or we're just here with, if you're in my circle, I talk to you like how I
Yeah.
talk to anyone. So
Wow,
Yeah.
Mo, that was very, very powerful. Oh my God, I was almost no, but really, thank you for
Yeah.
for sharing that, cause I think respect
Yeah.
is something that everyone needs to have in order for us to understand that we all live in this world, you
Yeah.
know, and we need to also understand the fact that we are very different. We're different people, and I love the shirt analogy you gave, because everyone wants to wants to wear something different, and why should we stop? Should we be stopped for wearing
no.
a black shirt or a yellow
No.
shirt?
No.
So, but wow, that's really powerful. I appreciate that. Let's go into your younger days.
Yep.
I mean, I'm talking about like your school days. Would you be able to share if there were some things that you were taught in school about the LGBTQ people, or you were not taught about at all, that people should, maybe our education system could have?
That's interesting. Okay, like I said, I'm 32 plus a few more years. So back in school, Honestly, there wasn't
Yeah.
any education on this,
Okay.
and not that I can recall.
Right.
Like there's nothing that's in school that we learn. But growing up in a large Indian family, there is always a lot of auntie and uncles who have a lot of point of views, right? On everything you do, who loves to gossip, right? I had this cousin who was significantly older than me, who worked as a hairdresser, who is part of the LGBTQ community, and I would often hear him being judged by family members. So I will always remember my mum, who had a very close relationship with him, and he would always give her a nice hairdo, and how respectful he was to her, and how respectful seeing my mum treating him, with respect, although he's from the LGBTQ community. I think maybe that's why he likes my mum,
Right.
like, because she accepts him, right, and they get along, and seeing my mum treating him taught me that we should not be judgmental, and to approach all situations with respect and love. Because in school there was no real education about LGBTQ. I was barely learning my ABCs. But the philosophy that my mother taught me, and my late dad, has applied to all my interactions in my life, and I'm very thankful for this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you say that a lot of it stems from what is being inculcated from home?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. So which is also a little bit interesting, because there's only this much our parents will know,
Yep.
and our parents will know what they have learned.
Yep.
It could be through neighbors, it could be through communities, and then they will then impart that to the children, right? I'm very thankful for your mom having this acceptance.
Yep.
And through that, she in fact imparted that to you.
Yeah, I think adding on to what you just said, as simple as it is, some parents don't believe in this. Nowadays, I hear stories about this. But as simple as it is, back in the day, my mom and my late dad will say, make sure you say hello to auntie and uncle. And she will say, don't say this, that's rude. Like, they will correct you as you go.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know if they're still practicing this. Like, and that naturally makes me say good morning to my neighbors.
Yeah.
From, is education.
Yeah.
It all comes down to education.
Absolutely.
and respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's something that I learned from you as well, because I have good days, and on good days I will be like, I'll go and say, like, even if I take the lift down, I'll be like, hey, good morning. But some days I just don't want to talk to people,
No, same here, but same. Like, we all have good and bad days.
Yeah. So, Mo, if you remember, 2 years ago, our ex-Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, he actually announced in one of the rally that the clause of Section 377A will be removed, and he made that a national news. Took us a long way to get there. From a straight man's perspective, and whichever headspace you were in at that time, did that matter to you at all? Like, or do you know what was happening?
I only came to know about it when I read the news.
So do you know that there was such a law that existed?
Honestly, I didn't know until I spoke to friends.
Okay.
Besides you, I have friends. My wife also has friends in the LGBTQ community. So they were all talking about it. So I only came to know about it in the news. in the news.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, having heard that repeal and removal of that law, what do you think? How do you think that sort of changes the mindset of Singaporeans and the society as a whole? Or how did that change to you first, and then from there you can expand to the society?
Yeah. So I think the repeal of Section 377A was a good step forward to rule that was hurtful to many in our society. It is nice that you will now see same-sex couple openly holding hand in public. But I do notice, there are sometimes people who stare, which means more education and acceptance is required. I think the added piece that is somewhat forgotten by the by the straight community is the impact of mental health on the LGBTQ plus community due to the stigma and discrimination experienced. I am aware that Singapore has some support networks available, and I would encourage folks to learn more about this for their friends who may had some mental health challenges. I think there's what I can recall, the Uga Chaka. Is one of them, right?
Yes.
So that's my opinion on the appeal of Section 377.
All right. You're right, because I think I just shared this in my Insta story, Insta reel. I actually made a reel of me telling the just internet that I saw this couple who actually were holding hands, and it felt nice. And I just came back from San Francisco, getting married. And then the first thing that I did was to observe the people around them, because there was so much staring going on. I cannot really I really cannot decipher what the stares were. Was it like, oh my god, like two guys holding hands, or was it like, oh wow, two guys holding hands? So that's two very different thought process, right? Well, whatever it is, but people were looking. So because people tend to look at this kind of things, I guess people like us, we are a little bit fearful, to hold hands in public. But and that's where I decided to go forth. I went close to the couple, and then I said, because when they saw me, they thought I was like a straight Indian man. So they removed their hands, and I said, no. I just got married to my husband. So
nice.
And they thought I was a foreigner. They said, oh really? You're a foreigner? I said, no, I'm Singaporean. And then, oh, your husband a foreigner? And I said, no, my husband's Singaporean as well. So we had a quick chat, like a minute, 2 minutes. And I said, no, we went to San Francisco to get married. We were together for 12 years. And I said, you guys are brave because you're holding hands and you don't care. I mean, caring is one thing, but this is just you showing that people like us do exist. I guess we need people like that to sort of show the society as to how we behave. We are not all I know conventional people will say that we are molesters and I don't know, we hunt young people, young boys,
but that's so wrong, right? Like, not every gay guy wants to molest you. Like, because they have their own partner, they have their own choice or someone they are attracted to. Like, that's the thing, but like, was growing up, every my straight friends, they say, look at this guy, he's gonna eat me up. I say, dude, you're probably not his type.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Like, what I mean?
Thank you.
like I said, bro, have you seen yourself in the mirror? And most gay guys, when I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but they're all like, they all have six pack. They all look like a Spartan, right? I said, dude, have you seen yourself? They probably are looking for another Spartan. Like, you know what I mean? So they have, people have this concept. just adding on to what
Yeah,
you say,
yeah.
right? Again, like there are instances, like when I was in one of your classes, right? And in a pool setting, so this lady wears this Brazilian bikini, and everyone looks at
Yeah.
her, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And then there's this one time we saw
A guy.
a guy who wears, just
A skimpier. Swimwear.
yeah,
I would say,
swimwear, and that's everyone's looking at him as well, but that's wrong.
Yeah.
Why is that wrong? Why is that right? So, like I said earlier on, like I look at things differently, and we have to be fair.
Yeah.
So I think the world just have to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to find fairness these
Yeah.
days, right? It's a challenge for everyone. So why is it okay for that lady, but why is it not okay?
Right.
But he's happy to wear what he wants to wear. He's not naked. The law says if you're naked, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's my my take on it.
It's very nice that you brought that up.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting observation.
Yeah.
The whole idea of this conversation is to hear thoughts from straight people, and I aim to champion this, and I aim to have more heterosexual people
Yep.
on the channel to have this conversation, because I think it's relevant. It's and you were sharing so much more about acceptance and respect. From your point of view, because for viewers, I think it is important that they need to for them to understand that you can have a belief system, you can have a religious upbringing, which is perfect, but I think it all comes with respect as well. And you sort of hit the nail on the wall. So so you did it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said it so right. Now, just to add on to that, right? What do you think straight people can actually do to perhaps better support the LGBTQ people in Singapore?
Again, I'll share a short story. I have had friends in the past who have just joked and said things like "you're gay," and to straight friends, right? Thinking nothing of it, and I have always taken it upon myself to call it out about his behavior. And educate them that you need to respect other people's identity. The more we educate ourselves, the more inclusive our society will be. That's how I look at it. Then you gotta put a full stop. It's like with all this election just passed, it's like there's this word, people start using the K word on our ethnic group. Then if someone don't stop it or step in, and then it will just go on that it's okay.
That's right.
So I would put it in the same
Perspective.
perspective. Yeah. So it's like you're going overseas. I can't call my African American friends or black friends the N word. If someone do, I have to stop them and say, "Dude, you're not allowed to say that." So I think it comes down to educating yourself as well.
And also adding on to what you shared just now as an experience is also the ability to step forward to stop someone, because yes, somebody calls me the K word, and I can say, hey, don't say that, but it will add more volume if someone within their community to tell them that, hey, it's not right that you're using that word against that minority. So this is a little racial, but I think it applies for the LGBTQ community as well. Just like how my ex-colleague from the military did the same, to the officer who said, hey, don't be gay. And then he stepped in, right? Because it'll actually show length of your acceptance, and or maybe even coming from the angle of respect and acceptance.
Yeah. I think we should correct as we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. I try not to go too political.
Okay.
Because I don't. I mean, it doesn't have to get very political.
Yeah.
Right. Do you feel like our local media is portraying LGBTQ characters or stories well? Like, do you see the portrayal? And if you do, would that change your perception or perspective in any way? Like as local, or do you even watch local?
Yeah, I don't. You know, I don't really watch local news.
Or TV shows or
TV shows.
You know.
I've stopped listening to local radio.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a DJ I used to listen to.
Okay.
I think he's really old and he's not talking anymore in the morning. So I've stopped watching local stuff. But I do think the media has a great influence on a lot of stuff, right? I mean, the only thing that I see a lot on social media, you know, is around Pink Dot, and you know, that's the only thing I see about.
I see. So yeah, but like I guess local media to have the portrayal of maybe say a gay couple or maybe even a lesbian couple raising a child together, I guess it's going to be a hard step forward because I guess it's going to anger a lot of people. But as much as it might anger people, and that's the reason why we have conversations like these to let people know that people like us do exist, and we are not asking your child to turn gay or lesbian or anything. We just want you to let your child know that, hey, your sexuality is your sexuality, whatever you become when you grow up, but you need to accept the fact that there are people who might be different from you. If your child ends up being straight, then you need to let your child know that there will be different people. And
I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
For me, I don't look at I don't zero in and look, oh, this is straight couple and this is gay couple. Like I said, my parents taught me well for as simple as respect.
Right.
You know, they're not. We are all not Harvard graduates, but simple things like respect, right? So I think, if a gay couple raise a kid or have their own kid, it all comes down to parenting.
Right.
Yeah. Good parenting makes good upbringing of that person. You know, so that's how I look at it. Good parenting.
I didn't prepare this question, but about that.
Yeah.
Do you think two men and two women can raise a good kid?
Why not? Because I've seen straight couples, and I've seen how their kids turn up. I mean, and I've seen. I honestly know gay couples who have brought up kids, and I've seen. I do a comparison.
Yeah.
Just it's my own observation, right? Because, like I said, my life it's been a journey. So I just look at it and I say, okay, there's, the gay couple is raising his kid in such a well-mannered, well-dressed, well-spoken, very polite. The kid's polite, and then I see this straight couple, I mean, not all, like I've come across. I was like, if you want to have your own kid, you go ahead and have your own kid. I've got no problem with that. But it comes down to parenting. Yeah. And parenting itself is the hardest job in the world. I'm not a parent, but I can see and I can relate. It is the hardest job.
Right.
It's 24/7.
Yeah.
To any couple who wants to start a family, it's all out, and you gotta really put a lot of effort.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess this goes out to I mean, if you're watching this from out of Singapore and you are intending to, if your country allows you to have a kid, and I guess this applies for even homosexual couple as well, because parenting
Everyone.
is hard.
Yeah. Parenting is very
I
hard.
mean, if you, I mean, in Singapore we have a lot of gay guys with dogs,
Yep.
and they are complaining how hard it is to raise dogs,
Yeah, yeah.
or cats,
Yeah.
and they say it's so expensive. Then this is where we sort of empathize with straight people, because we feel like, oh my god, like we need to bring the dog to vet and all that. And I'm like, imagine the straight people, you know, like they have to bring their
It's
child
the
to-
hardest job.
It is hard.
Parenting
It's hard.
is like,
yeah.
if like you don't hear from your kid, you get panic.
Yes.
Why is he not home at this hour? Like when I was young, we had pagers, you know, and we had public phones.
Yeah.
We don't have mobile phone.
Right.
So if we know, like, oh gosh, what's the time? We don't even have watches.
Yeah.
Like we will ask someone, hey dude, what's the time?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 8 p.m. I gotta go home.
Right.
And then when you go home, you know, if you're late,
Yeah.
there's a bamboo stick, rotan waiting for you. You know. So yeah, I think it worries. Like you constantly, you know, have to think about your
Yeah.
kid constantly, every few seconds. Yeah. Yeah. I know people who are right at the top of their career who still worry so much
Wow.
about their teenage kids. So parenting, it all comes to parenting. But good parenting, good results.
Yeah.
So it's how much time you put into raising a kid. But I'm not an expert on it, but it's just my own observation. Yeah.
Thank you, Mo. Before we wrap up,
Yep.
is there anything you would like to say to straight people watching this, and in your own words, in your own experience that you had, you know, to let them have this level of acceptance for LGBTQ people in Singapore?
I think respect,
Yeah.
education, and then look at it as another lens that we're all humans. All our blood is red when we cut. There's no race. I mean, like, don't be racist. You know, I would sum it all up together. We're all living this life. We're all going through this journey together. Respect one another. I think I've told you this before. 2018, I decided to speak to 4 new people every day. And by speaking to 4 new people every day, I try my best.
Yeah.
Some days I don't want to speak.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I try my best. But by speaking to 4 new people every day, and these are people from all walks of life. From the auntie and uncle who collects the cardboard to, you know, whoever, right? And I became richer, knowing that, you know, people are going through this. These are the challenges. And I would also, not only to the straight community, to everyone, do not judge the book by its cover. You don't know what that someone is going through. You know, there are days where, you know, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You know, you feel like not having roti prata for breakfast. Like, you know. So it's all about respecting. Forgive and forget. Like, you know, love always wins. Okay? Love yourself, love others. And every day is a new sunrise. Every day is a new beginning.
Love that. Love that. Love that.
That's how I live.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
Mo,
Bas.
for being here.
No
really,
worries,
really
man.
appreciate
Thank
this.
you so much.
Yes, and yeah. So please like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends, and check out these wonderful tempeh chips and fried shallots, all from Mo's company, and they're called Mojo Fried Shallots and Mojo tempeh chips. Yes,
Yeah, Mojo Traders.
Yeah. So we want to thank you for being on the.
Thank you so much,
with
bro.
my very first guest, and hopefully we get more wonderful guests on the show to talk about these relevant, pertinent information.
All the
about-
best.
Thank you very
All
much.
the best, bro.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.